Hello there and welcome to another Starfield video. We're checking out another paid mod, and straight off the rip, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm coming in here with with a pretty negative impression. I haven't even played the mod. So this is the Cosmic Scale NPC Size Randomizer by Gothos25. So this mod basically tweaks alien creatures in the game as well as humans. And it, like, apparently it depends on the gravity. Now, it's 500 credits, so it's a fiver, which, to be honest, there's mods that do this for free. Not the NPC scale, or not the character scaling. The wording is really weird because NPC refers to a non-player character, usually like a humanoid creature like humans. This does modify humans, but it also modifies aliens, or Xenos, as we call them in-game. So a fiver for a mod that does that, I don't know, it's a bit... Now, one of the things that, like... So, options can be tuned via the gameplay settings. Well, obviously, we're going to download it and check it out. But one thing, like, straight off the bat, that's a bit, like, weird to me is, so all NPCs will have their size shuffled dynamically. By default, it is going to be by plus, minus, or 10%. Which means some humans, I'm assuming, or NPCs... See, I don't know, what do they mean by NPCs? By NPCs, do they mean humans? Do they mean aliens? Because if the NPC, to me, is humans, all male humans are 5% larger and women are 5% smaller. See, this kind of sits a bit weird to me. Because, like, yes, scientifically speaking, humans are one of the few species where there isn't, we passed the 1 minute mark, can I use words? So, humans are one of the few species where sexual dimorphism, is that what it's called? Have I just said something completely different? Basically, in most species of animals, females are usually larger. Humans is not the case. That being said, as an Irish person living in Ireland, I've seen some very large women, height-wise, and I've seen some very small men. This just... Again, look, I'm not trying to disrespect the author, but this just kind of gives me very, like, kind of incel vibes. Like, oh, yeah, all women are inferior, all men are, they're like... Again, that was a direct me calling them an incel. I'm not trying to say them specifically. Like, I'm not saying Gothos is, or, no disrespect to you, but the concept of doing it. Like, imagine if this mod came out for Skyrim, right? And they made, like, female characters smaller and males bigger. Like, there's certain female characters in Skyrim that are huge. Mjolnir the Lioness, she's a fucking giant. Imagine if they were like, oh, we're gonna make her small because that's anatomically correct. It's just a weird one. Like, yeah, and maybe I'm being a bit too nitpicky. I know there's probably people out there that like their characters, like females, to be all like cutesy and ooh-woo, to which I'm like, get a fucking life. But yeah, let's go check it out. So it seems to be, you can tune it from the gameplay options. Like, regardless of what this is, a fiver it's an instant no. If it didn't have the modifying humans and, humans and stuff, and it was just kind of a scaler that worked on animals, or Xenos, I could kind of get behind it, for like maybe 100 credits, because ultimately they're probably editing a few lines of code. They're, like, if you've watched my streams, I'm constantly setting scales of things bigger and smaller. Not to mention, there's free versions of this. Anyway, look, I'm going to buy it, even though I highly recommend you guys don't, because I feel like when I've bought it, I can justifiably critique it without feeling bad. So yeah, let me spend my hard-earned money. It's not hard-earned. I make YouTube videos for a living. Let's go check it out. We're on Xbox, so hopefully nothing happens. All right, so we're in game now. I'm just going to check the settings. Gameplay. Cosmic Scale. So we can enable or disable it. Humans humans have varied size up to plus and minus. We can go from disabled up to, let's do 20%. Gender variance, men are enlarged and women are shrunk. All right, just to make it, like, We'll do 10% because everyone loves, you know, their weird stuff. Invasive aliens randomized. So terramorphs are larger or smaller. So we're going to crank it up. Native aliens are going to be 20%. Planets have different base sizes. Native aliens have varied sizes depending on the planet they're born. High gravity planets have small aliens. Low gravity planets have large aliens. A more dense atmosphere also increased the scale. So, fun fact, it's not necessarily and I am by no means a scientist or a paleontologist or anything like that, but the gravity of a planet doesn't necessarily equate to creatures being larger or smaller. You can see this in some sci-fi, like for instance in Mass Effect, the Elcor are very, very huge. They're giant creatures by comparison to humans, and they're from a high G planet. If I'm remembering correctly, like the reason, I want to say like the reason with the dinosaurs and stuff, wasn't it more to do with the atmosphere of what was in the atmosphere to allow them to? Obviously, it helps to an extent, but yeah, that's not the sole reason. Difficulty changed with size. The aliens are larger, they deal more damage, have higher health. Legendary aliens are now, we're going to make them huge. All right. So we've adjusted these settings. I'm going to wait a little bit. Cora, are you smaller than usual?
Wow. So you're the extra dimensional entity.
Yeah, Cora is a lot smaller. Oh. What the fuck happened? Jesus Christ. Alright, we don't need to reset. Everything is... Alright. You are now 3 foot nothing, and I can't tell. Am I tall? No, I'm like... No, because I think the player is normal size. Alright. Lovely. Let's go check out some of the constellation. Hello?
You're not quite the other
am I standing up?
full of people.
Oh. See, now the problem here with this is one of the biggest issues is the player character is going to be average height compared. So that means Cora Cole looks like a midget. Is that an offensive word? Sorry, I apologize. Cora Cole looks like a small person. And Walter Shroud is like 7 feet tall, which my character, yeah. Like with a mod like this, I feel like at the very least, if you're going to start tweaking heights and stuff, you should definitely tweak the player's height, but I don't believe you can in-game. Alright, Sarah.
Starborn or not, you're part of Constellation now. I hope you're as committed to the mission as you
Is she my height?
So, time to go?
I think Sarah's my height. Let's go find some of the other ones.
I will assist in any way I can.
Like, see, like I said, like, look, I'm not trying to disrespect the mod author. Well, I am kind of, but it's just, yeah. The human settings just seems a bit weird. Like, yes, we know humans can be larger and smaller, but, like, it's just a weird one to add into a role-playing game. Like, I could understand, like, if you made it for Skyrim and it was racial-based, like, because wood elves are small, high elves are tall. But kind of going like male and female. Females are shorter. Like, we know they are, but you know what? Just why? Where is everybody? Also, Korako is... Alright. Where are the rest of them? Are they not here? Well, not here. Like, if you had have had the other options, like, let's say, for instance, if you had to cut out the player scaling options and just had like the creatures scaling.
Even the trace physiological and
she's actually taller than me.
I'm able to pick up from you are unprecedented.
Interesting. Okay.
Really are something.
If like, as I mean, if it was just tweaked in a way that it was just aliens and you had it at maybe 100-200 credits, like I could get behind that. 100% I could get behind that. So we're going to run through the crowd and just kind of look at some of the NPCs and stuff, and then we'll go to a high G planet and a low G planet. All right.
Sergeant Yumi is looking for reliable people to help the guard.
Holy Jesus Christ! I need to screenshot this. That's not the screenshot button. No, come here, come here, come here. I want a photo. I want a photo. I'm like a toddler. Oh, it's because I'm too close to him. Give me a second. Let me bum bum bum. There we go. He's obviously. Holy crap. Yeah. Alright, that's just. Oh, I just want to screenshot that because it looks funny. Alright, so obviously in first person, you know, you're not going to really notice your height difference.
Another day, another shift.
Hello?
Everything good? We're here to help.
Yeah, everything's great. Now, I will admit, these settings are going to be super, like, funny looking because I did crank them to max. But I just kind of wanted to...
I know your type. A freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
Alright, come on, Jade, let's go. I mean, Cora.
I do feel betrayed, but they keep saying they've changed.
Alright, so I'm trying to go to a place where we would have, like, a... Go to the well. Probably the best place to check out this. Because I don't think it really affects... No, it does, it does. Yeah, it does. Like, I think that my biggest concerns here, like, the price is obviously the most egregious thing, because there's mods that do kind of better jobs.
So excited to see Tony after work.
That are free. Obviously, the male-female one, that's just me being kind of a bit, you know, busting the balls, but I do find it weird. It's kind of on the same vein of, like, the mods where, like, they make, like, female characters, like more, you know, let's use the term more boobalicious. Yeah, I know, I vomited a little bit just thinking about that. It's just, yeah, it's just weird. Yo, what up, Luis?
It's so overwhelming.
Hey! Oh. Sorry. We're supposed to be investigating.
Okay.
Can't be.
Alright, cool.
Sure hope I could get this fixed soon.
Alright.
I've got limited resources. I try not to turn anyone away.
Try to stick up.
Used to be an actuary. Now look at me.
Great collie here. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand? No causing trouble.
What the fuck is this? Jesus. How's it going?
Always nice to see her.
Hello, Kay. Is this your daughter? She's so cute.
Stop in whenever you'd like.
Alright. Alright, let's go to... We're gonna go to a high G planet and we'll be back. Alright, so we're here on Porrima, Porrima 3. This is the planet that has the Red Mile on it. This is a 2 planets, 2 Gs. Which I never realized it was 2 Gs. And we're gonna run around and try and find creatures. Don't know if... I just heard a creature. Oh, they're gonna be small. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you're tiny. Okay, fair enough. That's one creature. Little space roaches. I'm interested with the Red Mile Hounds, how small they are. Wonder if the Red Mile Hounds only... Oh, there's more beetle creatures. Hello, they look kind of cool. They're all dead, though. Alright, so they're kind of cool. But I might actually, I might just head to the Red Mile and check, like, jump down. Let's do that. Let's go to the Red Mile surface map. Alright, we're gonna go to the Red Mile. We'll be back. Alright, so here we are in the Red Mile. We're going to jump down into the fighting pit. Look at the creature. So the creature should be tweaked to be smaller. Good being the keyword. We have a low-G planet. Ela. Oh, something just fell to its death over there. What the heck? Right, so the Red Mile Maulers are smaller. And when you kill them, they stretch out like that. That is, I'm assuming that is because their death animation doesn't take into account that they're increased size. Which, if this mod wasn't already immersion breaking, I feel like that's gonna make it even more so. Yeah. Nobody wants that. That's not acceptable as a paid mod. At all is that acceptable. They just instantly grow in size. You got fucking Stretch Armstrong over here. So I'm gonna go look for a high G or a low G planet. I think Aquila potentially will be back. Alright, so we just spawned in and my god. And once again, as you can see, if you've watched some of my streams, I've kind of fiddled with this before. So when you increase the scale of a creature, it may seem cool, but the issue with it is the creature's pathing isn't going to be larger. Its AI isn't going to be larger. The only thing larger is its model. Its hitbox probably isn't even going to be larger. Like, these creatures, this is a 0.4G planet. These creatures, like, they're huge. Like, you think it looks cool until, like, they're all kind of just... Because they're supposed to, I'm assuming they're supposed to be like a pack animal. Yeah, they're supposed to be like a pack animal. And you just have them all kind of bundled up here. Not to mention, like, I'm on Xbox currently. But... I can't even scan them. Like, that's how jank it is. I have to aim at the center of them to scan. Like... I don't want to be like Bethesda why, but Bethesda why? Like, 500 credits for a mod that's, like, immersion breaking. Really stupid. And, like, downright insulting. Like, oh yeah, female characters should be smaller because I'm a virgin. It's like, nah, bro. And again, I'm not specifically, like, targeting the mod author when I say that. It's just whenever I see, like, mods like this that kind of tweak things, like, it's kind of on the same vein of, like, mods, like, change, you know, females to look more, you know, whatever they want to do, or the same as, like, making men look more kind of scary and big and, you know, it's like, yeah. It's just, I don't think it should be a paid mod. Like I said, regardless of if it was 100 credits and if it was just the size thing, right? There's a reason, like, with the mod, look, I have tweaked the size massively. What? Like, let me actually see what happens if I was to tweak it down to, let me just tweak it down to, like, normal, just for the moment. So planets have different base sizes. Oh yeah, no, they're just default is 100%. I didn't even modify them. Oh god. Okay, so I didn't even modify the animals. Let's shoot one. As you can see, hitbox. Want to get a headshot? You can, kind of, but the hitbox is all over the place. It's just, yeah. even if this was like 100 credits, I still don't think, like, if you're gonna, there is mods that do a far better job. I remember the Grind Terra mods. I haven't tested them in a while, but they were free, and they tweaked like the aliens to kind of be larger or smaller, just kind of size variation between aliens, which was really cool. Like Xenomaster has a feature built in with that kind of, with that same thing in mind. Sorry about that, bit of a jump cut. Yeah, I don't really see the point of like mods like this, because they're not very lore friendly or anything like that, and they're just kind of, see, this is kind of one of the things when it comes to like with a paid mod, because ultimately, as a mod author, like Bethesda has no like kind of rules or requirements generally on like what you can do for a paid mod, as long as you don't steal assets and stuff and use like AI for voice acting. But I feel like some things should be like a kind of a hidden kind of like an understanding between everyone, that like don't change things that kind of Bethesda, like let's be real here, like the changing the creatures, like making them bigger and smaller makes sense, because like they're all the same size. You would like a bit of variety. I used to love the mods, the Grind Terra mods, that would tweak the sizes of plants and stuff and animals, because realistically that can happen. Like we have Yorkies. We had a male and female Yorkie. The usual Yorkie size is probably a couple of, probably like 7-8 inches off the ground. That's the average size for Yorkie. And then our Yorkie female, she had a singular pup, Timmy, my dog, and he is huge for a Yorkie. And that's not necessarily down to him being a male or a female. That's just, yeah, it can happen. So in regards to stuff like that, yeah, but even then, like the size of the creatures, because I feel like if you're going to do this, right, and you're going to charge that much money, I'm expecting you to go in and actually modify not only the kind of the models, but the hitboxes, so that the creatures like actually look like they're walking, and the animations, which the mod author did none of that. They just literally scaled them up and down. So yeah, just it's just not, yeah. If it was a free mod, it'd be a fun one to throw on for a stream, or if you're looking for a bit of, bit of randomness, but yeah, I can't. I personally can't, and would highly recommend nobody download this mod. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.